Hey guys, I just want to let you know that any of the information I give you in any of my videos is for informational purposes only. I'm not a professional, and I do recommend you taking your bike to the dealership where work can be performed by a certified technician. But I do hope you guys are liking all my videos. If you haven't done so, go down below and hit like and subscribe, and let's get this started. Hey guys, welcome to Ground Zero. It's your boy Kenny. Today I am going to answer the question that is most asked that I've ever seen, and that is, what oil do I use? So today I thought I'd lay it out and show you all the chemicals that I end up using to maintain my bikes and take care of my stuff, and just give you a little bit of information. This video is not intended to pick on anyone, but the question does tend to be nails on a chalkboard to most veteran riders, especially when you're in a group or a group chat or something like that. The question gets asked, you scroll down 2 questions, and the question gets asked again, and it's literally asked every day on a daily basis. And what oil do I use? What weight do I use? And it is going to boil down to you having to do a little bit of research, looking into the chemicals that you're using and trusting the brand names that you use with your bike. That's your investment. That's your ride. That's, you want to take care of it the best you can, and asking, a lot of keyboard commandos on the internet what to do, they're going to be like, use cooking oil, or, water works good. No, you just can't take the word for everybody. You actually have to do a little bit of research for yourself and find out what works best for you. So I figured I'd show you what I personally use, and you guys can make, your decision on what you want to do with that. So let's go down the line. I do use Mother's Showroom to wipe down my bikes and clean down my street bikes. It's kind of like a little bit of a wax, but doesn't work all that, doesn't work bad at all. Pretty happy with that. But when it comes to the oils, literally, if you've spent the money on the bike, which, it could be anywhere between $800 or, $15,000. It doesn't matter. You still invested money in this bike. You want to take care of it. You've already spent that much money. Spend the extra $30 or $60 or however much the book costs and ask you. It literally tells you right here, page 1, what weight oil to use. And like my RM250 takes, what is it? I believe it is 10W, what is it? It's like 10W30 or something like that, but it's the first page in the book. But it all boils down to you having to do a little bit of research. You can't trust everybody's word for it, and I'm not trying to steer anybody in the wrong direction. As you can see, I got my Mobile One. I use that stuff in like my 4-wheeler, but my main go-to has always been Valvoline. There's a lot of other brands out there that I don't trust, and after time and trial, like Castrol's GTX, I hate to be name calling, but I don't trust their oils after I had some incidences with my car. So I refuse to ever use it in my bike. Another one would be, I use KTM brand for the KTM, use Ducati brand for the Ducati. Like, I don't steer from that. Other brand names I use, you can see a lot of Maxima stuff right on down the line. Maxima, 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 Maxima. I use that stuff because I trust it. I've been using this since the 80s. And I will continue using it. It's products that have never failed me. Another one that's been along since like the 70s or before that is Bel Ray. I use that all my fork oils and all my bikes. And that's one thing that's neglected. Most people change the oil on the bike and they're running fork oil that's been in there since the day they bought it. So if you haven't done that, you might want to go get a couple quarts of that and change that out. It's not hard. Once again, back to the service manuals, tells you exactly step by step on how to do it. You might have to buy the little tool, or you could go through the book and it tells you the exact measuring with a ratio right of what to put in there. Other stuff I use is WD-40. That's a brand name that everybody knows. And to me, brake cleaner is brake cleaner. I use brake cleaner so much that to me, it's kind of all the same, and then I just use the cheapest stuff I can get my hands on. I do use some cheapy car washes and stuff like that. I mainly use that just to wash the rims or scrub down my chain. I don't use harsh chemicals on my chain at all. Another thing that I use is, this has been swapped out with something else, but I use Chemical Guys Honeydew to in my foam gun to wash down my bikes. And you know, usually in my RM I run some VP in there. It's got a lot of compression. It was a built motor back in the day, and that's what I've been running in it, and that's what I'll continue to run in it. The KTM, I'm just using 93 octane. But what it boils down to is, this question is asked constantly, and you need to do the research and get it for yourself. Because you can't just trust everybody on the internet. You can't trust it, because not what works for one person doesn't work for another person. Like, this person could tell you, hey, I'm running this weight oil in my bike, and they live in the hot desert of Arizona or something, and you know, their bike is going to run hotter because if they, you know, and stuff like that. So their oil is going to be thinned out, so they might want to use a little bit of a thicker oil because it is running hot. And then even in like places like, let's swing up to Alaska, people are going to be running a thinner oil, or sorry, Arizona is going to be a thicker oil, Alaska is going to be a thinner weight oil, because it's going to be harder. The oil is not going to be, you know, it boils down to research, research, research. Once again, if you spent the money on the bikes, spend the money on the book, and don't hesitate to do that. It literally gives you so much information that it's not even funny on how to step-by-step tear your motor down and maintain your stuff. The only bike that I have in this garage that doesn't have a book and actually comes in a PDF form is going to be the KTM 125, and the other one that is super hard, and Ducati is crazy secretive about their stuff almost, that you have to buy the entire library, is the Ducati. It's really hard to find information, torque specs and stuff like that on that bike. But like I said, this video is not intended to pick on anybody. This is for me to give you the information for you to learn for yourself, to find out what your bike, what works best for you. What's, you know, don't cheap out on chemicals that are running your bike, coolants, oils, stuff like that. Don't go cheap on it. You've spent so much money on the bike, and you want it to last. You want it to last. My one Kawasaki over here in the corner has going on 70,000 miles. And it's because I maintain everything regularly. If anything breaks on that bike, I am on top of it. The oil change is done every 3,000 miles on the mark. My fork oil is done every, I'd say 10,000 miles. You just got to keep on it. Don't go cheap with your chemicals. Some people look at a quart of oil and it's $23. It's $23 for a reason. And if the manufacturer is recommending it, I would recommend using it, because they have put so much money into R&D on figuring out what that bike needs to run and be maintained, that the dealership, the bike manufacturer is not ever going to steer you in the wrong direction. So that's what, like I said, once again, get your service manual, the one that comes with the bike. It usually tells you everything you need. Just use this information. Don't just go asking random people, because they're not always going to give you the information that's correct. So it boils down to do your research and find out for yourself. But you know, for the veteran riders out there watching this, and I know you guys get really agitated with this question, and I know some people ask it, and you know, they're just coming into this sport, or they're like, you know, a little kid that doesn't know any better. There's just so much information out there that the best thing to do is do the research for yourself. And I hope you guys are liking all my videos, and if you haven't done so, go down below, hit like and subscribe, and let me earn that subscription. And until the next time, you guys stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.